Hi friends, it's Susan Smith with StampCreatively. I really like these branching out dies. They are in the September to December catalog. Obviously I put them in there upside down. Whoop whoop. So they have all of these like border dies with them. And my goal at camp was to use them all. I used all but the largest one. The card I'm going to show you now uses these two. I used the smallest one on this, which is a little gift box that I'll do a video on later. On this one, I used those two dies, and on the card I'm going to show you now, I used these two. So let me show you what I made with this. Okay, so, let me show you how I did this. Really, Susan? Okay, so I used the sunflower folder, the 3D folder. It's beautiful. I mean, that's just so pretty. And I wanted it to go with the sunflowers in the stamp set. I love this Rustic Centerpiece. I'm a huge fan of a non-word stamp. I just think they come in handy. So let me show you how I did this. Not hard at all. A very vanilla folded over. My dog's gonna bark. I may have to let her out because she hears everyone else in the neighborhood barking. Because the mailman came back. Okay. Well, and I put that on crooked. Come on. You'd think I could attach correctly. Okay. That one's straighter. Okay. So vanilla on vanilla. Here is my... Gotta let her out. One moment. I closed my door so nobody can come in, but then she needs to go out now. And there's no pause. I would love if there was a pause on this, but there's not. And we won't talk about how many times I've had to stop and restart. Okay, so cloud cover, dimensional on, and now I'm going to stamp in color. And my goal is to remember to tell you every color that's on here. This is an online exclusive stamp set. I've done several things with it. I don't have all the other samples here. I was more concerned about showing you the dies than showing you everything I've done with the stamp set. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I know some people are going to miss the red rubber. I will not miss this that I cannot see and I cannot line back up. That I will not miss. But because I always make an error, I have an extra one ready to go. I would have turned it over, but for some reason the black ink showed through. I mean... Lucky for me, I know where to do another one. So now I need to make sure, because this is what I didn't do the last time, was get that center flower. I've only stamped this like 10 times and it all came out except the one that I was showing you. There we go. Now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Okay, so I have a light real red and a dark real red for my apple. I'm going to use the dark first and kind of go over where Stampin' Up! Tells me the dark should be. And then I'm going to go over the light. Over all of it, just blend it. Apples. This is the one that takes the longest to color because it's all these leaves, dark old olive and light old olive. And I'm going to dark up next to my sunflowers. Kind of down the center of the rest of the leaves. I like to use the nub end when I'm doing some of those. It was so funny. My granddaughter was in here the other day coloring with me, or coloring. I was having camp, and I had her for a couple of days. Her sister was having her tonsils removed, and she came out and said, "Hey, Gimme, can I?" Because that's what they all call me. Can I use some of your markers? And my ladies kind of gasp because they know. I mean, should you can answer this question. Should a 7-year-old be allowed to use blends? I have a dead box, which means if one of the ends is dead or it's been murdered by someone, like because they like cloud cover, because they killed your blend, you know, like at camp, they squished this end. I have 6 granddaughters, and they have like the dead blends box. And that's the ones that they're allowed to use. They're not allowed to use my good ones. And she's like, "Gimme, there's no red in here." And I was like, ugh. And so they have this saying that they like to use with me, especially with my markers, that caring is sharing. And I didn't want to share. I don't know if you're like me. I don't share my blends well. Sometimes I have a hard time sharing them with my campers, let alone my grandkids. I did let her use the red, with the threat that if it was smashed, she would never get to use them again. Now, she was real careful. But it's kind of like when they touch your ribbon scissors. That's not a thing either. My son-in-law, this is light pecan pie. My son-in-law, gotta love his little heart. I found my daughter's ribbon scissors out in his workshop because he had needed to cut something. He found out that wasn't a thing. And then I tied a note on it that said, "If you ever take these out and use them for that again, you're in big trouble." Dark crumb cake. He didn't realize. He knows now. It's taken a while. They've been married 15 years now, so he's been trained to know craft and ribbon scissors are for crafting and ribbons. Okay, and then, so I mixed my two. I wanted different. So I have the dark crumb cake and the light pecan pie, and this one I did the same thing. I have a dark daffodil, and then I have a dark darling duckling, because I just liked what those colors looked like together. And I get to do what I want. And here's the thing, when you color yours, you get to do what you want to, which I love. I just loved the contrast. I wanted to put some lemon lolly in here too, just because I liked all the shades of yellow. Okay. There it is. And then I'm going to speckle my background. I'm going to stick with this color. I speckle it. This is the dark cloud cover. And that just likes, I don't know, Shelley Gardner used to flip the markers. She started this. Now I'm going to seal this on. And then these are the in color flat pearls. Come out. Come out. Oh, you know, it's only because you all are watching. How many times do I take these out and they never get stuck? When my friends are watching, that's what happens. Okay, so I'm going to add some of these. So I'm going to add some cloud cover ones, and then I'm going to add some darling duckling ones. Because I can. Okay, there you go. And I did it with this plaid. I didn't use the dyes, but I really like it on this plaid too. Isn't that pretty? So there you go, friends. A few sunflower cards. Okay, so this one I did these leaves in a little bit of the cloud cover, and this one I did in the mossy, just to mix it up. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye.